Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So, as you can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm bringing y'all a super rare big man build. Going to be called and made out of the power forward position, the slashing playmaker build. I'm telling y'all, very unique build, especially with the way we're making it out of the metric system instead of the imperial system. So if you need to, go ahead and do it now. Go into your settings, change your imperial system back to the metric, and then you're gonna be all good, set to go. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. And man, also be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications, hit that like button, as well as drop a comment down below. I just want to say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity. Shout out to y'all, the Rich Gang family, for bringing your support every day. Now let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. We're going to go ahead and get started, of course, with putting it under the power forward position. Now, for the pie chart that you want to go ahead and pick, going to be very specific. Do not change it up. Go with the slashing as well as the playmaking pie chart. Going to be the orange or yellow, and then go ahead and put that one with the blue. So split way half right down the middle. And then when it comes down to the physical profile, I'm going to be going with the fourth one because of the huge advantage that we do get with the vertical on this specific one. Now, when it comes down to the breakdown of what we're doing right here with this build, please be sure to follow along exactly as I'm showing y'all. So with the close shot, I'm going to go with is going to be an 89. Driving layup, going to be an 80. And then the driving dunk is going to be an 80 as well. And right there, we're going to be able to get 15 badges for this build. So really solid. If you want to take off anything extra, go ahead and do it. But again, you do risk changing up the build name. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. I'm going to go ahead and go with the mid-range shot of 68, three-pointer of 60, and then when it comes down to the free throw, for my preference, I gotta say 79 is going to be the one that I'm going to go with. And then for the post fade, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to a 74, and that's going to give us 12 shooting badges. Now let's go ahead and move on to the playmaking. Most big men do not even touch this area of the build. However, for this one, this is going to be an essential part of this build right here. So I'm going to go with a pass accuracy of 76. Ball handle going to be brought up to a 67. And if you want to go ahead and put more into the post control, you definitely can do so, but I'm going to leave it at 14 badges. Now, for the defensive end, I'm going to go with an interior defense of 69. Perimeter is going to be brought up exactly to a 59. And then for the block, of course, I'm going to go ahead and max this part out. When it comes down to the offensive rebound, I'm going to go with the 65, or you can max it out, of course. This just comes down to your personal preference, but for me, I would have to say make sure you get at least 10 or 9 defensive badges, and then put the rest into any other area of the build that you want to work on. But again, 10 defensive badges, in my opinion, is not bad. 72 offensive rebound, 77 defensive. The defensive stats are definitely there, and even more so once we adjust the height on this build, especially paired up with the weight. But this is the setup that I like. Honestly, very balanced in all areas of the floor. Cannot say anything more about it but that. Now let's go ahead and move on to the body shape. For me, I would definitely have to say my favorite is probably going to be built, burly, or defined. All of these are some good options, so again, it just comes down to your personal preference. But as you can see, back to the metric system, messing with meters for the height, and what you want to go ahead and put this build to is going to be an exact 2.01 meters. We're going to get a huge boost on a majority of the stats, especially the physicals, but even more so for the finishing and the playmaking. Now, for the defensive end, this part is very essential as well. To get the highest possible speed, go ahead and put this exactly to 82 kilograms for the weight on the build. That's going to be perfect. Still, we will be able to get the chance to get contact dunks. So again, just leave it as I'm showing y'all. If you feel like changing it, you can do that. But again, you do risk changing the build name. Now, as for the wingspan, this is going to be what brings it all together. Go ahead and put it to 211 centimeters. And right there, you're going to be able to get pro dribble moves on this build unlocked. Also, contact dunks at 99 overall. And then the defensive end is still really solid. You can always buy shooting boost, and then you get the +4 at 99 to your boost. And then also, if you run with teammates that have floor general and defensive leader in Hall of Fame, another +4. So far +12 in total. And then depending on which takeover you pick, that is another +10. So you have the potential to get +22 to one of these areas on this build, y'all. Again, you have to be very strategic when it comes down to the making of these builds, especially when it comes down to the big man. And as you can see, I did not even mention, but on this power forward, you will be able to get the shot creating takeover, which is going to allow you to break ankles. We already got the pro dribble moves as well as contact dunks. So again, I feel like the best one that you can go with is definitely going to be the shot creating to add that shooting boost, as well as get the ability to break ankles at the power forward position. That's just my preference and how I see it. And as y'all can see, we have made the power forward slashing playmaker build. Now, let's go ahead and check out what this build is going to be looking like with boost taken into consideration and also hitting 99 overall. Running with the teammates that are going to have Hall of Fame floor general and or defensive leader, and then finally you get the +4 once you max this build out to 99. So essentially with the shooting takeover, let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. We do get a +12 to this area without our takeover. So an 84 mid-range, and then we're going to be able to get a 76 three-pointer. But then once you go ahead and add in the +10, you're going to get a 94 mid-range shot, and then when it comes down to the 3-point shot, this is going to be about an 86, which is still really solid. Post fade gonna be in the mid to high 90s, and then when it comes down to the free throw, this will be a 99. And again, we get boost for the playmaking side as well, so your ball handle has the potential to be up in the 90s. Same thing with the pass accuracy. And now for the finishing, you're going to be able to get a +4 at 99, which gives you an 86 driving dunk, unlocking the contact dunks that we want. Your vertical, still really solid, going to be a 95 once you hit 99 overall on this build and get the gym rat badge. Then when it comes down to the speed, 93, acceleration is right there at a 91. So again, with all things taken into consideration, this is easily one of the best and most rare big man builds, especially with this name, that you're going to be seeing throughout this year. Now, let's go ahead and check out how we're going to go about it when it comes down to the defensive end. For me, there's a couple different ways, but to start out, something that I would work with is going to be gold clamps, gold intimidator, silver chase down artist, and then silver rim protector. But if you wanted to, you can go ahead and even drop down some of the tiers of badges to get rebound chaser on gold. This one right here is particularly a setup that I would really consider, but again, if you want to spread the wealth a little bit more, you can go with all silver badges. Again, this just comes down to your own preference, your playstyle, and how you see things. Let's go ahead and move on to the next area of this build, which is going to be the shooting. So right here we get 12 badges, and you really got to go ahead and work with what you can do. I'm going to go with first gold hot zone hunter, and then to add to my shooting percentage, I'm going to go with clutch shooter, green machine, and volume shooter, all on bronze. I like to run Deadeye, so I'm going to put it on silver. And then for the last couple of badges, I would go with bronze corner specialist and possibly gold blinders. But if you want to spread the wealth a little bit more from here, you can definitely do that. Again, just know you have to take off some badges in order to put on gold sniper, and this might even be a better setup than what I just showed y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the next category. We got one more after this, gonna be the playmaking now. So we got 14 badges, which are gonna be able to get to the Hall of Fame tier. I'm gonna go with first Hall of Fame handles for days, and then the rest of the way it comes down to which badges you like to run when it comes down to the playmaking. So you can really consider Hall of Fame quick first step if you want to, hyperdrive as well, and then go with silver quick chain. But for me, I would really prefer quick chain over quick first step. And then even if you wanted to go another step further, I would possibly consider raising or lowering some tiers of these badges in order to maintain these 3 Hall of Fame badges. And then you can go with bronze as well as doubling up with Unpluckable when it comes down to quick first step. And this is going to be one setup that I would go with and really consider. Let's go ahead and get into the last category, which is going to be the finishing. So right here, 15 badges to work with, and of course we do get Hall of Fame right here as well. I'm going to go with Posterizer. Then from here, you definitely cannot forget about Limitless Takeoff. I like Slithery Finisher though. Pairing it up with these 3 badges is definitely something that I see that gets a lot of contact dunks. For the very last badge I'm going to go with is going to be Fearless Finisher, and if you want to, you can spread the wealth here, but this is how I'm going to use it. And pretty much this is the final setup that I would be working with on this build. As you can see, we get 15 finishing badges, 12 shooting, 14 playmaking, and then to finish it off we get 10 defensive. I just gotta go ahead and say thank God for giving me this opportunity. He has been working so much in my life, and I know the same can apply for you if you just believe it. Just know that I appreciate y'all, every one of you that comes through every single day. I love y'all and I thank y'all. I get at least 100 people watching every single day with every new video that I put out. So if you're one of those people, man, just know that I thank y'all and I wish nothing but the best for you. And man, if you haven't already, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. If you want to join the Rich Gang family, and all are welcome to join, be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. Drop in a comment to let me know that you did, as well as hitting that like button. I just want you to know again, thank y'all for the support. Thank you to the man upstairs. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.